And here we are, game number 1 of a best of 1 here. This is going to be pretty cool. Starting on King Sejong Station and spawning in the top left hand position. We've got the Zerg player representing Vega Squadron, none other than Revolver. And his opponent down to the lower right, the Blue Terran representing, missing in action, Frozz. Frozz, of course, is a GM player. Does pretty well for himself, actually. Meanwhile, his opponent in the top left, Revolver, he is a High Masters player. If I recall correctly, he has been GM quite a few times over the last couple of months, so this should be a very close series, actually. It's the round of 16 in Go for SC2 Monday. And to give you an idea what these two are competing for, it's a share of 75 euros, split between first and second, and also a spot in the 600 euro monthly finals. And that's actually a good bit of money. It's an invitational 16 player tournament where there's actually prize money for down to 4th place, which is really good. It's like 300 for first, 150 for second, and then 75 for third, fourth, which when you've only got 16 players is fairly good odds for you. In terms of openings, this game we've got what's potentially going to be a Reaper expand out of Frozz. He's added in that barracks going into the refinery off the back of it, so that's all looking pretty safe. Meanwhile, Revolver, he's going for a hatch first. Pretty much the most in-meta build you can go for in this matchup at the moment. There isn't too much variation of this that's too untoward. It's just very normal stuff from both players. Probably the only thing to note so far is that we do have the spawning pool before a gas for Revolver.
Game pause.
This generally means that speed's a bit later. You're going to be getting the queens down quicker, so you've got the inject. It's slightly more economical compared to going for the gas first. When you go for the gas first, obviously you get speed quicker, which means that you do have more map presence. You're able to deal with the potential aggression from Reapers a little bit faster. This is also a nice little variation coming down from Frozz here, that quite a few players are starting to do now. Getting a Marine out, actually getting 2 Marines out before the Reapers. This could mean that he's just going straight up to a factory, but the really nice thing about these 2 Marines is if you hide them, as this Overlord, if this Overlord decides to come forward, you can kill it off. Also, you can actually lift the barracks, bring it over here, and still be able to kill the Overlord. And that seems like a lot of work in order just to get an Overlord kill, but it can be really important if you're trying to prevent scouting information, if you're going for a fast starport or something like that. So over at Revolver's side, he's added in that gas now, starting up the Queen production. And neither player really getting much in the way of vision of what their opponent's doing. The first thing you can see is obviously the lack of any command center. So Revolver knows that for now, his opponent hasn't expanded, but does get the timing on that. And that's actually a really important timing, because if he didn't see that soon, he'd start getting rather concerned along the lines of things like a 1111 proxy 2 racks, some other form of proxy, a big 1 base all-in style play. They're all fairly threatening and can deal quite a significant amount of damage as well, if not defended appropriately. So for now we're just getting Hellions out, no Reapers, just obviously a lot of Hellions coming, going to be playing a little bit of trouble. Worthwhile to see whether or not we go for a full mech style play, where we get the addition of obviously Blue Flame, but with the Tech Lab coming down here, it's unlikely that we'll be getting that. If you were going for a Blue Flame opening, you'd see it a bit quicker. Spinecrawler coming down to the front from Revolver, so he is aware that some aggression could be coming. He just wants to be safe. Did he actually see those Hellions? Yes. Someone with that Overlord knows that they are coming. A bit of damage could be incoming, but the Spinecrawler was started before that, so it was not a reactionary move. It was just part of Revolver's build order to help fend off this aggression. Of course, with the Queen, with the Spine, these Hellions probably don't want to go for it. They're just going to chill back here and be like, do you know what? No. No, no, no. Could also be one of the new builds we've seen coming quite a lot with these Hellions openings due to the upgrade to Hellbat mode, which now it only needs an armory rather than the transformation servo upgrade, back to how it originally was in Heart of the Swarm. This can lead into some pretty fun stuff. It's actually a right nuisance trying to stop Hellbats if they do manage to get into your base. So I'll be interested to see whether we do get the armory added in. Obviously no engineering bay yet. Instead just Stim getting started up. A scout coming in from Revolver. It is going to get shut down because there's 4 Marines here, but will it be able to see enough? Spots that there's no second gas. In itself, that's actually quite helpful. Overlord goes down, and for the most part the information's there. Hellions poking and prodding. One is just going to sneak away. Oh my goodness, that was close. 15 HP. Sees the third hatch though, and this is just frozz saying, you know what, I know what you're doing. He's got 2 more Hellions coming over. He's committing quite heavily to them. It's something which Revolver should be aware of. But still, only opting to go for the Lings at the moment. No sign of a Roach Warren, despite quite the heavy investment into these Hellions. And that could be a problem for Revolver long term. We'll wait to see exactly what he does. He's got some nice wall-off potential here, a nice tight choke. But it's going to be very hard to use his third base until he's dealt with these Hellions. And as I've said quite a few times now, there's a good number of them sitting on the field. And with a fair few of them just chilling about, Lings alone, you need to be very careful how you engage. You've got to get this around. Quick little scan is going to force back creep, and this is actually really annoying for Revolver because it hurts his vision. Sure, he's got some overlords here, but all the active creep tumors and inactive ones taken down, he'll have to respread through here, and you want to be joining up your third base as soon as you can. One, it means that obviously you can reinforce there quicker. But secondly, if the Hellions do get a bit brave, decide to come and engage in this area, it allows your Speedlings to get us around a bit more efficiently. Back at home, we've got frozz adding in the starport now. He's still only on that one factory and Stim is nearly done. However, Revolver, he's getting a lot of Lings as well as the Baneling nest adding in. This is now 51 Zerglings. He's going to be trying to get that surround. Is he going to be able to do it with the flank? Looks like he will. Great surround there comes from Revolver. And frozz, he's losing all of those Hellions. Even getting the smiley face. That was a really nice play. What essentially happened there, for those of you who don't know, Revolver just pulled a couple of the Lings, snuck them out, brought them around the back, and then came from all angles, trapping the Hellions through. A counterattack, probably inevitable now. And with the Baneling nest done, this is going to be a very, very powerful one. 9 Banelings already morphing in. These Lings charging on forward. They're going to get some damage down straight away. But see, actually that's a good amount of infantry backing out. The Banelings though, they're nearly done. Did frozz see them? I'm not sure if he was able to. Another 5 Banelings. This takes us up to 14. A lot of aggression coming forward here. The bunker won't be able to get down, and that means these Banelings can just keep on coming forward. frozz, he's got to be very cautious. Needs to focus down those Banelings. There's just so many of them though. Stutter Step Micro is very nice. He's trying to pick away the Banelings, but the Lings alone getting a lot of damage done. Work through the majority of those Marines. frozz's mate now getting assaulted. His natural base taking some big hits from Banelings, and a whole ton more Speedlings flooding across the map. Revolver, he's gone very aggressive. His 1-1 upgrades now kicking in too. Further going to aid his aggression and potentially going to allow him to deal enough damage to end out this game. And it looks like it will. All the SCVs dying off. frozz GG's, and Revolver is going to take this map and therefore advance into the quarterfinals of Go4 SC2 Monday.